Hey everyone, today I wanted to kind of do a little sit down and chit chat since this thought came across my mind, and I kind of felt bad about it and also really happy at the same time. I don't know, I just kind of wanted to have a little talk with you guys because some of you might need to hear it and some of you can probably relate. But I was cleaning my apartment earlier today and I was feeling really happy, really good about myself. My hair was behaving and it just, I don't know, but I really honestly do wish I had loved my hair much sooner than now. Of course, now you'll hear it like a lot more since we're in the era of social media and everyone, connecting with each other all around the world. And it wasn't like that when I was a kid, and so I never really saw many people that looked like me or had my type of hair. And it wasn't that, I don't want to call it popular, but it wasn't that common for there to be a lot of biracial or multiracial kids around. Yeah, it wasn't much of us. I had my sister, and I'm trying to think back when I was an adolescent if I had any other. I did, but that was like one or two out of like the span of a really long time. I always had a lot of hair and it was pretty thick, and I would say it was kind of difficult for me to manage. My mom would always do my hair as a kid. She would blow dry it and then braid it, and my hair was always in those like standard two ponytails in the front and one in the back style, or maybe every rare occasion it would be two in the back and one in the front, or the two pigtails or whatever. But my hair's always been blow dried after I washed it and braided. And I remember I used to always dream of having my hair in box braids and having those beads. Like, I always wanted the beads, and I wanted clear beads. And I always envied, my friends who did get their hair braided and cornrows and stuff, and have beads and stuff in their hair. I don't know why my mom just never did that hairstyle on me, or maybe I never vocalized that I wanted it, but yeah, I would say I still want it, but I'm way too old. But I think it's really cute whenever I see little kids have their hair braided and have those little beads in their hair. But from what I can remember, I know my hair was always frizzy. Like ridiculously frizzy. And it was never curly like you would see on TV if you did see someone with curly hair. Like, it was never the coiled, organized curls, and it still isn't. I've always wanted it, but I've accepted like this is just my hair, does what it wants to do anyways. But I remember as a kid I always wanted to have my hair straightened, and that's because when I saw people on TV or see princesses in Disney movies and stuff like that, their hair was straight. And it was long, it was tamed, it was flat, it was really nice, and I wanted to look like them. And Barbie had straight hair, and, even the black doll had straight hair. So that's what I saw as beauty, and that was basically all I had to go with. Yeah, I honestly really can't remember exactly how I had my hair other than braided and straightened. And I would take my braids out and I would always get in trouble for taking it out like after I go to school, but that's because all my friends had their hair out and nice and stuff, and I just kind of hated everything about my hair. Eventually I kind of learned how to do my own hair so I can kind of style it the way I wanted it to be styled, instead of like the lame styling your parents would do sometimes. Maybe not yours. Yours probably was cooler. Not to say my mom's not cool, but not the standard boring hairstyle like I would always get. And so I would kind of do my own hair, and I remember I finally discovered how to keep my curly hair tame and maintain it because of my best friend. She was Hispanic and her hair was often straight and she would rarely leave it curly, but whenever she did leave her hair curly, I remember I asked her, I'm like, how do you keep it so nice? And she said she would just, put conditioner in her hair and like let it dry and it would just kind of stay. And ever since then, that's what I've been doing to my own hair. I honestly don't know what I was doing to my hair before that. I think I literally always would blow dry it and braid it. And if it was curly, I don't know what I did. I really don't know how my hair was. I can't think that far back. But even then, as I would, put loads of conditioner in my hair and leave it and have my hair curly that way and it would be okay, I still always preferred my hair straight, and I thought I looked prettier with my hair straight because it was longer and nice for the first day I would do it. And since heat and humidity hate me, my hair would never be as straight as I wanted it to be or as nice as I wanted it to be because my hair is naturally curly. Any water, anything that would touch it, it would just kind of ruin everything. So I was always miserable with my hair. Like, not dreadfully miserable, but I just wanted something else. Of course, as time went on, I was able to cope with my hair and how it looked and managing it, throughout the years of like high school and even college. And I would literally only straighten it when, it was cold. Like when the weather got cold enough, because I wouldn't be able to comb out my hair unless it was wet, and I couldn't leave it wet because I would get sick, and I would always constantly get sick. So I wanted to avoid that, which is, where the years and years of heat damage like accumulated. And when I discovered the beveler or flat iron, I guess that's what you would call it, I just went crazy with it. And I had gotten a really, really good one that it got really hot, and I would straighten my hair and it would end up being bone straight. But the problem with that was that it was too much heat onto my hair, which now I learn, not to do that. But again, I kind of had a love-hate relationship with my hair, and again, I would think I looked prettier with it straightened. It wasn't until after I did my big chop when I started to fall more in love with my hair and having it curly and coping with it more. And the more research that I did now, since YouTube was really big and everyone was kind of making videos and tutorials, and I was able to see more and more of people who had my type of hair and who kind of looked like me, and see what they did and how they did it to their hair, and I would try it myself, and I kind of learned how to do my hair that way, like the right way. And I don't know, it just kind of dawned on me, especially after I cut out using heat in general because I wanted to repair and get my hair back to the length it used to be. And more I realized I began to fall out of love of my hair being straight and more in love with it being natural and curly. And it wasn't until after I straightened my hair in a couple previous videos to trim and make it even that I realized I don't like having my hair straight anymore, and it's annoying, and I don't like the way it feels, and I like this a lot better. And so I would say I don't know why I didn't realize what my hair means to me. A lot of it has to do with influence and what you see and what's promoted to you on TV and in movies, and I would say it's kind of hard to explain because it's not like I don't find myself beautiful and I don't, I have confidence for days. And that's because I am happy with myself and the person that I am, and you know what I look like with makeup and what I look like without makeup. I'm completely content and fine. But that's just from growing up and learning and living life and you know all of that stuff. But in the past, younger me, I did get influenced a lot, and I did have self-esteem issues, sort of, when it came to, you know, how black women are portrayed in movies and, you know, in the media. And, you know, what everyone thought was beautiful. And, you know, I didn't really fit into that. So, I know it's kind of hard. I don't know. I'm just like rambling, and I apologize because I know I do talk a lot in my videos, but whatever. I just feel like sitting and talking. But before I just go off on a tangent and into a black hole of issues and stuff to even start discussing, long story short, I do wish that I had loved my hair much sooner, because I feel really happy, like even happier than before. And honestly, I think what helped was, you know, learning how to take care of my hair, like my specific hair, and accepting it as it is. Seeing more people who have my type of hair and learning what they do and how they cope with it, and you know the styles that they put their hair in and I try and I like it. Another big thing that helped was just after I did a mind and body like reset. It wasn't till then I really started paying attention and realizing, you know, I don't want to say my words because that sounds depressing. After I cut out all of the damage, it was kind of like cutting out the baggage, and I was able to see. Sorry, the camera cut off and I said a lot. But I was able to see the true beauty of what my hair is, and, you know, everything about it. And basically just being more confident and comfortable and loving yourself and taking care, like true care of yourself and your health. And doing this will just, I promise you, it'll take you a long way. And you will definitely change inside, and as a result, you'll change on the outside as well. So those pimples that you have on your face and those weird squiggly curled, crazed frizz, all of that will turn into beauty, if that's not what you've seen before. I have no idea what I know I said a lot. So, before I talk you to death, I will end it here, and we can continue conversations if you'd like to. So if there's anything you do want to sit down and chit chat with about, whether it be your hair or body or mind or random stupid, I don't know, whatever, but just let me know in a comment below. And that's basically it. Have a wonderful night, morning, evening, or afternoon whenever you're watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you are new, welcome. And I will see you lovelies later.